We are starting lesson 48 for reading. Today we're going to do a brand new story. We finished our story yesterday about Peter and Jesus. And so today we're going to talk about some more fish. And we're going to talk about the sizes of them, the colors of them, and how they look different and how they make look the same. So the title of this story is In God's Water. And so we're going to read this story, and then you're going to use it to do your workbook pages. Today is page 48 and 48B. You can follow along with me in your book on page 75 through 79, or you can listen as I read this story out loud. All right. So the title is In God's Waters by Ella Goodwin. She's the author, and the illustrator is Kathy Flug. It starts out like this. Some of God's fish are big as trucks, but others are as little as pins. Some fish are drab green and black. Others are pink and blue and purple and yellow and orange. All right, so we learned from this page that all the fish in the water and all of the earth are God's fish. Some are big as trucks. Some are little as pins, and let's look the bell. Page 76, because I'm at school today. So we're on page 76. We're going to read over. I want you to look at this picture. What kind of fish is in this picture? I want you to look at it and try to see. That's right, it's a catfish. All right, so let's read to find out what the catfish's job is. The catfish is not the biggest fish, but it has a big job. It snacks on the trash and junk. The catfish is not a trash man. The catfish is a trash fish. The flatfish has two eyes, just as you and I have two eyes, but its eyes are on top. Big fish cannot slip up on a flatfish. It's kind of like a tongue twister for me this morning. All right, so let's look at the picture of the flatfish. How do you think he got the name flatfish? Right, because he's flat, because his shape is flat. Can you think of another name that might be good for this fish? And this could be anything you want. There's no right or wrong answer. Why do you think why does the flatfish have eyes on top of its head? So the story says big fish cannot slip up on the flatfish because he can kind of see around because his eyes are on the top and he swims so close to the bottom. Do you think having eyes on the top of its head protects the flatfish? Right, I think so. All right, let's turn the page and look at page 78. And it says, if the pufferfish gets upset, it gulps water. It swells up bigger and bigger and bigger. Then its prickers stick up on end. All right, so what kind of fish do we see on this page? Right, it's a pufferfish. Why is this fish called a pufferfish? Sure, right? It puffs itself up when it gets upset. What does the pufferfish do to make itself puff up? Goodness, this one's hard to read today. Yeah, it gulps water, and so it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then what happens? Right, its prickers stick up on the end. So how do you think the prickers would feel to an enemy? Yeah, not too good. I'm pretty sure it would hurt or sting. All right, so let's look at page 79. And it says, many fish live in God's waters. Can you think of any others? Or I want you to do that. I want you to think of some other fish that you know of that lives in the water. And then you're going to complete page 78. And let me grab that and show you what it looks like. this, page 48. It is page 48, and then you're going to do the back, page 48B. But the front says, read the phrases, use the color key to color the fish. So you're going to figure out, they give you a description, and you're going to figure out, see mine is in black and white, but let me grab one that is in color. I'll grab one in just a minute. I'll show you what this one would look like. So you're going to use, for the catfish, you're going to use blue. For the for the flatfish, you're going to use orange. And for the pufferfish, you're going to use yellow. And I'm going to put that into, on Google Classroom. If you have a black and white copy, and some of you might, you can't really see the colors that you're going to use. All right, and so for an example, which fish has two eyes on top? And you're going to color that one orange because that is the flatfish. All right, so then you'll turn it over to page 48B, and you're going to draw some fish in the tank. That's all you have to do. And then I want you to write a sentence about your fish. Remember, if you write a sentence, you have to have a capital letter at the beginning, and you need to end it with some sort of punctuation. And you're going to make sure that your words are at least a finger width apart. Okay, so I want you to work on that today, and we will pick back up tomorrow on a brand new story.